beautiful day. We got winds maybe 5 to 10. Right now it's probably about 5. So sure, I guess they haven't gotten quite as much rain because it's still a little below where it would probably be normally by this time. What an interesting place. Hey guys, show you the route we're doing today. We're going to be on the upper end of the Barren River Lake. We're putting in right here at the Narrows, right up here at the boat ramp. See that? Get out of the shadow here. And we're going to go around the bend and up this way, up around this way, around like that. Probably cut across, or maybe we're probably just going around this way and then going up in here, probably up into this area. Probably up into this area up here. And then we're going to backtrack and we'll make a little pit stop here in this area, this little peninsula that I camp on, and then we'll end up heading back down here. That's probably going to be about 8 miles maybe, something like that, somewhere around there. So let's get started. Well, the canoe season for 2024 has been kind of a long time coming, really. The wind has just really been a problem this year. It just seems like it's become more and more of an issue the last few years, especially this time of year. But anyway, I finally was able to put together a couple of days back to back. I didn't do any camping, just 2 individual days. And the first day ended up being quite a bit breezier than what the forecast indicated. And it really, I tell you, it was quite a bit of a challenge. I ended up doing not quite 11 miles that day. It was a little bit farther than what I had intended to do. But probably 5 or 6 of it was with a headwind, and it was a challenge. So, but anyway, it was still a lot of fun. The day 2, I actually explored a newer part of the lake that I had not canoed before. I put in at the same place at the Narrows, and instead of going to the upper end of the lake, I turned the other direction and went more toward the southern end and just kind of went around the bend. I didn't go that far the second day. The wind was a lot better. Ended up doing a leisurely 5 miles or so, a little over 5 miles. Did a little fishing and a lot of picture taking. Ended up being a really, really good day. And so anyway, come along, join me. We're going to have a little bit of fun, I hope. Well, the lake's still a little bit low right now. During the winter, they lower the lake level down about 20 feet or so, maybe a little more. And starting in April, they'll start letting it come back up. And this year, I guess they haven't gotten quite as much rain because it's still a little below where it would probably be normally by this time. It's about 8 feet lower than its summer pool at the moment. It should only be about 6 feet or so, so it's a couple of 2 feet below where it probably would normally be. We're not too far up the lake here, but we got coming up on the first set of bluffs. Normally, of course, again, the water level is still pretty low, but so you're seeing more of the bluffs, and you can kind of see one just right off in front of us. Not to the right here, on the right bank, and as far as fishing goes, I love fishing around these drop-offs like this, the bluffs. Bass tend to congregate around those. They like that kind of structure and things. It's good good outing, a good place to fish. I'm probably not going to do a lot of fishing today. I did bring a fishing rod, but I'm going to just take it kind of easy. Mostly just paddle today. Just kind of get some miles under me and not worry too much about doing anything that'll slow me down too much. Again, the wind's sort of out of the northwest. It's very light right now, so it's not really a problem. I think it'll probably pick up a little bit as the day progresses, but it's not going to be too bad. Now tomorrow, I'm not going to camp today. I'm just taking a day trip. Tomorrow I'm probably going to come back out and I'm going to put in at the same place, but instead of going north, I'm going to go south. I've never paddled that direction from this put-in, and I need to kind of go see what that looks like down through there, because sometime here in the near future, very near future, I'm going to be making a 3-day end-to-end canoe paddle camping trip, and I'm going to kind of duplicate what I'm doing today and then turn around and go south and do almost 20 miles on the second day, pretty close to 20 miles, and then camp a second day, second night, and then move on and pull out a little bit further down the lake. I'll have to have someone help me logistically as far as dropping me off and picking me up, but I don't think that's going to be a problem. So anyway, it's good to get out. This is the first canoe trip of the season, and I've been looking forward to this for quite a while. Weather has just been so crazy this spring. It's been windy, and it's been sometimes stormy, and then it would get cold and then hot and then cold again, and it's just finally got a day, a couple of days to get out and not worry about the wind, not worry about getting blown off the lake, getting stormed on, anything like that. So here we go, guys. That's what Beyond the Campfire is all about. Just getting out and relaxing, and enjoying your day, enjoying your outing. Just becoming a part of nature, immersing yourself into what nature has to offer. Coming up on one of my favorite bluffs on the lake. We're about maybe, I don't know, we're about a third of the way, maybe a little more, 40% of the way up to the place where I've camped. This is a really neat bluff, and of course with the water being low like it is, the lake being low like it is, you see a whole lot more of the bluff. And it's just absolutely gorgeous. I mean, the spring, right now it's toward the end of April. I think it's April 24th or something today. And it's just a beautiful day. Everything is greened out real good. Just in, I say, the last week, everything is just suddenly popped out real green. And, a week ago, it was still pretty bare. But a lot of wildflowers. Don't see too many growing along here right now, but there are quite a few out. I really like this bluff here. This is so much fun to paddle by. And it goes up there pretty high. It's probably on the water level where it is now up to the top there is probably 35, 40 feet in places. So it goes up there a ways. There's a little cave right over there. You can see it or not. It's not much of it. Just closing in again. Turn it here so you can see it. Yeah, you see that little dark area right there? Yeah. Little cave up in there. It's right at the water level, the normal pool water level. But, and there's probably a waterfall that comes off of that, after a heavy rain. It would have to be a pretty heavy rain, though, for it to do that. So
Well, this is just one of the joys of paddling this part of the lake. Just absolutely enjoy it out here. It's not, clearly it's not Boundary Waters area or wilderness area that you'd find up in Canada or places like that. No, but you know, in its own right, in its own context, used and enjoyed within its own context, this is really an absolutely amazing location. And today I've not seen too many other boaters. There's been a couple of bass fishermen buzz by from a little bit of a distance, but I've learned to deal with them. They're not, you know, they got every right to be on here as I do. So, anyway, this day is starting out to be an absolutely fantastic day. I really appreciate you guys joining me so far. Let's see what else we can find here a little bit later on. Yeah, we're gonna take a quick break here and take off on it. Wind's kicked up a little bit. I'm kind of sitting in this big blowdown here, this piece of driftwood, and pushing up toward 11 o'clock. I'm gonna go ahead and eat lunch. Wind's kicked up a little more than I like. It's actually got kind of a chill to it coming off that water. But anyway, I don't think it's going to be a problem. If it doesn't get any worse than what it is now, it's not going to be a problem. I'll have pretty much a tailwind going back, I think. So that'll help. Anyway, well, I'm at my old camp spot here. And I kind of spin it around here so you can kind of see. Water level again is really low right now, so there's a lot of open gravel beach here, but when the water level's up normal, where I'm sitting is going to be underwater. But anyway, it's a really neat little spot. Lots of woods back there, some good level ground. So we're probably going to be coming back here pretty soon, probably within the next couple of weeks anyway, to do an overnighter, and kind of really looking forward to that. Today is just kind of get out, first day out for the season, and we'll just kind of have a good day out today. We're having some tuna fish, tuna salad, some crackers for lunch. Nothing extravagant, just something simple. Now I plan on my next overnighter, I'm going to eat well on that one. I think I might get me a steak or something and bring it, and some burgers and things like that, and cook them while I'm up here. So kind of looking forward to that. So sign off for now. We'll get back with you here in a little bit. Yeah, that wind is kind of causing me a little bit of problems right now. I'm up against this bluff here, and it's not as bad, but still, you know, they forecast 5 to 10, but I'm pretty sure it's stronger than that. Yeah, I've got it's probably more like, at the peak, it's probably pushing up around 15 at times, 12 to 15, but right at the moment, it's not too bad. I have to fix this bluff, so Yeah. Straighten that down a little bit. Sorry about that. Again, that wind is really messing with me. Kind of a neat looking little bluff here. It's at least somewhat protected from the wind right here, but it's still got a little bit in my face. I'm pretty sure that when I go back, I'll have mostly a tailwind with the exception of the first little bit of it. Now, on the other side of this point, it's going to be in my face, but once I'm around that other point, then it'll be a bit more of a tailwind. Yeah, we stopped a while ago near my camp spot and just had a quick lunch. Saw that bald eagle again, but again, I wasn't able to get my camera in time to get a picture of him. But anyway, beautiful blue skies, nice little fluffy little white clouds, little summer type clouds. Enjoyed the outing so far. I just wish this wind would lay down a little bit more. It's a little stronger than I like for it to be. Well, I'm kind of on my way back now. I went up here past the Beaver Creek's named that campground. I went past the boat ramp, and then I was going to go up into the main channel up there, but as soon as I rounded that point, boy, I mean, tell you, that wind kicked in. It was like I was in a wind tunnel. And that 5 to 10 mile an hour wind is more like a 15 to 20 mile an hour wind. I mean, it was really howling. So I deemed it unadvisable to continue on, so I turned around and somewhat protected where I am right now. I am getting a little bit of wind in my face right here on this point. The wind just seems to be shifting around a lot today. Sometimes it'll be blowing from the northeast, sometimes it'll be blowing from the northwest, sometimes it doesn't seem to be blowing at all. Right now, that wind has shifted, and it's when I came by here earlier, I had a tailwind. Now I've got a headwind. So, I don't know. That's just the joys and pitfalls of canoeing on a lake, I guess. The wind just play havoc with you if you're not careful. But anyway, we're on our way back. Beautiful afternoon. Just going to kick back and enjoy the paddle. Take my time. Try to stay out of the wind as much as I can. And I see something along the way, I'll take some photos of it. And I'll kind of get back on this video and see what we can do to kind of finish this day out. Alright, we're taking a break. We're up here on this point, just around the bend a little ways from the old camp spot, and kind of out of the wind. That wind's kind of catching me, but I'm going to have pretty much a tailwind going most of the way back now, so that'll be better. It's kind of a neat little spot to take a break. Not much shade here unless you get up into the woods up there, but kind of a neat little place. Kind of see how the point goes. So we're going to take a break here. It's just 1 o'clock or so, a little after 1. So we're going to stretch our legs and let my arms rest a little bit. Alright guys, I'm probably about 1.5 miles or so from the pull out. I'm crossing over this little bay here over toward this other set of bluffs. And it's just around the bend a little ways, and then I'll be at the pullout. It has been a fun first canoe outing of the season. I really enjoyed it. I realize that my canoeing muscles are just not quite in shape yet. I'm going to end up doing about 10 miles today. That's a respectable first outing. Not ready to do one of them 20-milers yet, but I'll stay with it. We're going to end up really, I think, having an exceptional outing today. The wind's been a little bit of a problem, but it hasn't been terrible. But anyway, thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this little outing as much as I've enjoyed it. And join me again sometime soon from Beyond the Campfire. We're going to get out and we're going to do more exploring, more paddling, eventually end up doing some more backpacking and stuff later in the season. So, thank you for coming along for the ride. We'll do this again soon. See you guys out there.